I'm so happy that you've joined us. I'm so happy that you've joined us. Right here on Kayfabe Talk Radio. I'm on here with Eric the Red and your other host J.R. Earls. Here we are talking about wrestling.
All is ready.
You are listening to Kayfabe Talk Radio. Kayfabe Talk Radio.
Alrighty, everybody. The fucking intro music isn't working right now because I hate YouTube so much. But anyway, welcome to this week of Kayfabe Talk Radio. I am Eric the Red, joined along with, as always,
Mr. Bonesaw.
And conspicuous by his absence is...
I'm J.R. Earls. I love West Virginia, and even though we're kind of incestuous, it's fine. Hey, Bobby, did I ever tell you about me and Danny Ray, and when we were in the wrestling hole, and then and things happened?
We had a show once, me and Joey Austin, and I saw him, and he was like, "Dude, what the fuck you doing?" I said, I'm just sitting here, with my little Ricky Steamboat Hasbro," and he's just looking at me like, "Oh, you fucking Mark."
and long story short, and that's how I got the herpes.
Yeah, because I bought it off of eBay, and they didn't tell me that it was... They told me it was a smoke-free house. They didn't say anything else.
Oh, God.
Oh, God. Oh, man. I don't know what happened, guys. We were doing AM Thunder. So everyone check it out. It's on YouTube now. We did our Hell in a Cell review there. And, Bubby was on Skype, and now he's MIA, so, unfortunately, everyone...
You could say he's Randy Orton.
Nah, he's TNA Scott Hall. He no-shows.
Hey, damn it, don't use my joke.
Tell us how you really feel. So, yeah, unfortunately, everybody... We're not talking about the Cold Cornette Santino thing. Also, too, I didn't get a chance to pull up the clip, the audio clip yet. But if Earls doesn't come on this week, we'll talk about it next week in more detail and whatnot. So, yeah. So since there was Hell in a Cell, we'll and there's not a whole lot of shit to get into. There really isn't. But, since we're coming out of Hell in a Cell, I decided to watch, Raw and SmackDown this past week, and, surprisingly, Raw I thought was a little bit better than SmackDown, but, last night, they explained the feud between, the whole Kevin Owens and Shane thing, and why Sami Zayn, pretty much turned heel, and he was saying, like, oh, I was trying to go by the book so I could sleep at night, and, Now, I realized I had a career of mediocrity, and while my best friend, who's winning the NXT title, and the US title, and the Intercontinental title, and the Universal title, and I'm just here, putting all my morals and beliefs on my shoulders, being good old Sami Zayn. So, yeah, I feel like there was a little bit more they could have put into his promo, but it's basically what I expected of, oh, you know, I tried to appease you people, and now, you know, I'm, you know, doing things my way, and da-da-da-da-da-da, so.
I think they're just trying to give him some heat, you know, just as, you know, like, just to get him over, because he was kind of floundering as a face.
Oh, dude,
they had nothing for him to do.
It sucks, because, like, he could have been a really good babyface, but the problem is that now, dude, you can't be a babyface. You can't. You honestly...
You can be a babyface. You just need to get over with the crowd and have some kind of, like, gimmick or showy thing to have. Because it has worked. It's worked in the past. Look at Daniel Bryan.
I'm talking about right now. Yeah, well, here's the thing. You cannot be a babyface in 2017 without the WWE creative ruining you. You can't. Look at, dude, Bayley. Where the fuck is Bayley? Dead in the motherfucking water, sleeping with the fishes. She's done. She's fucking done. Okay, who else we got there? Like I said, Sami Zayn. Who else was supposed to be a promising babyface? Roman fucking Reigns, and we'll get into the Shield stuff. Yeah. Dead in the water. You can't be babyface. It's almost impossible because of how quick I'm gonna call it like I see it.
A lot of it's Vince and Vince's stupid concepts of what's hip with the kids. Every time he thinks that he knows better than the WWE crowd, or Triple H for that matter, it usually blows up in his face. Like all the baby faces that worked in NXT, where people were really interested to see where they were going with certain storylines and how they were going to treat each individual feud. Same feuds in WWE kind of floundered. We've seen feuds that were money in NXT and just super mediocre when it came to when it comes to NXT. When it comes to NXT alumni, and usually they botch it pretty badly. The thing I have a problem with is, I mentioned this in our review before. Vince, it seems like he has a vendetta against NXT to prove something that, he knows who should be top tier talent and who shouldn't be.
Right.
I think he's kind of going out of his way to tell the writers to screw over a lot of the talent that's coming up in NXT just to prove some kind of like point that he knows the WWE universe. He knows how to do business and get people over in the crowd. And you know what? It hasn't been working. He's basically fucking over his developmental for some kind of idiotic reason, and he's getting no one over. Like no one in the business right now in the main roster who's a baby face, other than the guys who were like a heel maybe like a few months prior, have been getting over. You only like people like AJ who were heels beforehand, or you have and put it this way, who are the most over guys right now in terms of popularity? It's all the heels. Kevin Owens, your Braun Strowmans, your Miz's. The only over babyface they have right now is Finn Balor.
Okay, well, Dude, and even then, they're saddling him. They're killing his character. The reason why, I know we're jumping around a little bit, but what good is KTR if we don't jump around here? So Sister Abigail is Bray Wyatt. So Bray Wyatt pretty much is playing a fucking transgender role. And
whoa. Weren't you the one that said that they were bringing somebody from the
NXT? They were supposed to bring up Sage Beckett from the Mae Young Classic, and boy, did that get scrapped.
Boy,
did that get scrapped.
I saw the spot, and I was just like, why? Why are you doing a Psycho gimmick? Like, he actually even says a line from Psycho. Like, who thought it was a good idea to basically make him a tranny?
I just love, like, one of the memes I saw was him dressed up like that. And, it was a meme that says, "Don't mind me, I'm just Caitlyn now."
Oh. No, but I mean, like, this is gonna get, like, didn't they think this out? Like, didn't they think, oh, this is gonna get shit from, like, the LGBT community? You know? The fact that he's the bad guy and he's the one that's, like, a tranny?
Dude, listen, wrestling fans aren't even going to the shows anymore. Their attendance is so bad. If wrestling fans don't give a fuck, what makes you think the LBGT is even gonna waste their time? Wrestling fans aren't even watching this shit. What do you think? What makes you think the LGBT is gonna look at it and go? They're looking at that shit and going, nah.
because the detractors look at it fucking everything. The first you could sneeze and they'll fucking be
that's true.
Up your ass. No, the thing is, like, for a company that's supposedly trying to not offend people because that's their new mission statement, they're doing some awfully stupid shit to piss people off.
Well, listen, all I'm saying now is
are we gonna get like a new Mattel where it's gonna be like, oh, he has lipstick action?
Dude, he's Santina. Hey, from now on, I'll call you Abigail Wyatt. It's okay.
Oh God.
From now on, I'll just call the formerly known as Bray or Abigail Wyatt. If that's
why did they do it? It doesn't make any fucking sense.
She wants to identify herself as Abigail. Listen, I'm all for it. I'll identify her as Abigail.
It's bad enough that Bray looks like Chaz Bono. So
no. Oh man, it's fucking.
I do not identify with a given gender. Call me Abigail.
It's
quite alright. I tuck it in sometimes, just so I can understand what it is to have a vajayjay.
I'm not like most girls, man. I want him.
Is he gonna go up to Luke Harper and be like, "Hey, big boy"?
Oh God, dude!
You wanna have a ride on the Edo World?
I gotta play this for you. Oh God, I know. I gotta play you. They ruined, dude. I want Harper to go to Japan immediately now. And you know what? Because I'm starting like Eric Rowan, take him with you. I gotta play you this audio of what they're doing with them now. Holy fuck. Brace yourself.
Even now, are they still on SmackDown?
They're coming. Yeah, they're on. Yeah, dude. They played a vignette of them last night. They're coming back. But I want you to hear this, and I just want you to like brace yourself because the audio itself is bad enough. Here, let me get this vignette. Okay.
There is no conscience.
There's no moral compass.
The virtuous will fall.
The wicked will rise.
Broken bones.
Severed spines.
Harper.
Rowan.
Bludgeon Brothers.
So what'd you think?
Bludgeon Brothers? Bludgeon Brothers? Oh, God fucking damn it. Bludgeon Brothers? That was the best they could come up with? Like, really? And then I actually looked it up, and why do they look like rejects from a fucking... They look like rejects from a Slipknot concert.
Dude, no, they don't. No, they don't, dude. They look like... This looks like a cross between fucking Purple Haze coming from the water from fucking Florida with Kevin Sullivan's group and Monty Python. This is just bad. I feel so fucking terrible for Luke Harper. Here's a guy that people were rooting for to like become a big fucking deal, and this is what they saddle him with.
Oh God!
Alright,
Bludgeon Brothers. But you might as well just call them the fucking Smack Pack.
I just want him to do a faction with the Ascension now and just and just call
no, and just get all the fucking people from the land of misfit toys. Get the Ascension and the club and Rhino and Heath Slater
and Dolph Ziggler and Bray Wyatt. I want the group to be called RUN. I want the group to be called RUN, otherwise known as Run, and I want the initials to be called Release Us Now.
Oh God!
Just a whole group of them.
There's so many guys that they don't need in WWE right now. The only person from that group I can say could kind of stay, and you could replace him with, oh God, it would be Heath Slater, because I guess he kind of they can kind of use him for some things because he for a time was over and they did nothing with it. Everybody else, Bray is a fucking joke. You made the guy, the guy
Abigail.
The fucking lady.
Yeah.
Thing. I'm
Abigail.
I have no fucking clue. This is bad. This is really bad. Like I'm. Come on, big boy.
It's almost becoming laughable.
Comrade, the Eater Worlds.
It's almost becoming laughable now, the shit.
I pretended to like JoJo so I wouldn't seem gay, but now it really comes out. I've always wanted to be a lady.
I got his official. I got Abigail Wyatt's official fucking soundtrack. He's just gonna come out there, right?
No longer the Eater of Worlds.
All right.
I am the braider of hairs.
Finn Balor's out there in the ring, right? And you hear the little and then like all of a sudden you just hear, I'm just like most girls who just sit there with the makeup. I'm not like most girls. I'm Abigail Wyatt. I'm not like most girls.
Is Bray gonna like go down to the women's division now? He's just gonna be like, Alexa Bliss, I am the goddess. I am a goddess, and I'm gonna destroy your world, Alexa Bliss. I will be the sexiest diva in the divas division.
I am the eater of tampons.
And I don't eat them with my mouth, if you catch what I'm giving. Oh god, it'll be like that episode of South Park where they like shove tampons up their asshole and Kenny died.
He's he's Mrs. Garrison.
Oh no. You mean I can't abort? Sir, I'm Mrs. Garrison. You can't have children. Then why the fuck did I do this? Oh no.
Oh, she.
Fucking terrible.
Bray's just gonna sit there. He's just gonna be like trying to attract the scientist. That's right. I'm a monkey. Telling me I'm a fucking monkey scientist.
Yeah, fuck my snooch. Fuck it. Oh no. Actually, that would turn out to be
Oh man.
Who would be the scientist? Would that end up being who's fucking terrible? Oh my god. He breaks up Mike Bennett and Maria Kanellis. You see Maria Kanellis just come in and you hear like fucking like grunt noises. She just opens up the door and you see Mike Bennett fucking Bray Wyatt.
She's just like, and yeah, like that ain't fucking white trash enough. She's just sitting there. I'm pregnant with your baby, and he's just like, but I couldn't help it. I was mesmerized by Abigail here.
Yeah, we just see him on Jerry Springer, and then he's like, I love you, Abigail. I got a confession for you. I'm not Abigail. I'm Bray.
And Mike is just like, oh man, Mike just like, this day just gets better and better. It pulls me in even more. It's almost like, it's like. And out of spite, and out of spite, it just out of spite, JoJo and Maria did a thing for each other. Oh my god. Oh boy. On to other news.
Oh god. Oh.
Well, that escalated quickly.
speaking of half-formed, disgusting things that have happened, Impact has their own new app. Oh God. Okay. For real.
Yes.
Who would buy anything Impact in general? Like,
I've been longing
what
for.
What is their thinking? What is their thinking? You're gonna get an app that's $8 a month. That's like $1 cheaper than WWE. Why would you want to pay if you're already paying for WWE? If you're a wrestling fan, most likely you're paying for the network.
If you're a Bullet Club, if you're a diehard Bullet Club fan, you're paying, and if you're a fan of Okada, and you're a diehard Bullet Club fan, you're probably paying for the New Japan Network too.
True. So you're basically paying. Not only that, but most people probably also have Netflix, because then Netflix, but then you also get Lucha Underground. So you're talking about 3 networks, and not even including that maybe you have those 3. You might also have Ring of Honor. Now,
right. Well, Ring of
cool.
Honor don't have a network, but you know.
I mean, well, they have the website which you can go on for. But when it comes to like, if you have, or you already have like multiple websites, why do you think you can compete with them when you can't sell pay-per-views? When you're putting your pay-per-views on live TV, especially your main pay-per-view, which is like your WrestleMania, and you're putting that on live on TV, on regular TV, you think that you're gonna get $8 from anyone for your piece of shit pay-per-views, or your maybe your back library I can kind of see, but how long before you sell a company to some other schmo, and then they do some other stupid new network? It's not worth it. No one is fucking stupid enough to buy this piece of shit. Like, no one. And you're basically, right now, Impact is not a major national company. I'm more inclined to call it another fucking indie, because that's what it is.
It is an indie.
It's an indie. And all these indie companies are really stupid if they think that they can charge $8, $9 and people are going to go and buy it. You're getting $8 and $9 from maybe 70 people, and that's it. So that's an extra couple thousand in your pocket, but not much else. You know what was this really smart idea? What you told me yesterday when Tommy Dreamer and the House of Hardcore.
Yeah, I'll chime in on the Impact thing in a second here, but the Tommy Dreamer did a press conference over the weekend at Comic-Con. I don't know why nobody's talking about this, but House of Hardcore, they have a really good fucking following. Honestly, actually, I did my little rant last week about Flow Sports and Flow Slam. The reason why I got it was honestly because of House of Hardcore. I didn't get it for Evolve. I got it for House of Hardcore. And now that they announced that they're going to do weekly shows on Twitch, which is, to my knowledge, it's going to be free, fuck yeah! I'm all for that.
I've never really followed House of Hardcore all that much.
It's a fun indie. It's a fun indie.
They're smart enough to go and say, hey, we're a smaller company right now. Why do we think that we have the balls to go and charge people $8, $9 for a show when we want people to notice us? And what other than, if we want people to notice us, why are we going to charge them $8, $9 to watch a show that we're already making money off of when we sell tickets? We might as well make it free, get people to get involved, and then once we get a big enough following, then we can charge them.
Yeah, I mean, they were charging at first. They were charging for the iPay-per-views, and they, obviously you had to have a subscription to Flow Slam in order to watch them. But right now, this is a better fucking approach. It's a way better fucking approach. I'm all for them, doing something along this line where, like, let's get a following first. Let's get more of a demand. Sure, you're gonna have people like me and, that they're gonna want to pay to watch this, but at the end of the day, I mean, like you said, not a lot of people are gonna fucking want to own all these networks, and right now, let people get a little more of a following for House of Hardcore. But dude, I recommend anyone to go check them out because especially if it's gonna be on Twitch, because they really you got some matches they're so, but for the most part they pull out fucking surprises, dude. Like, Rey Mysterio sometimes shows up there. Edge showed up there once. Bret Hart, Flair, the Hardys while they were under contract. The Hardys, while they were the WWE Tag Team Champions for Raw, are going out there wrestling Dreamer and Bully Ray. Like, they really go fucking all out for their shows. They surprise the shit out of people sometimes. Hell, Ricky Steamboat came out of nowhere. Mick Foley came out of nowhere. Because the thing is, Tommy networks with every single promotion. Ring of Honor, TNA, WWE. Hey, can I bring in this guy? He's an old school promoter. Hey, can I bring in this guy for a weekend? I'll cut you a break. I'll owe you a favor. Tommy has a good fucking business mindset. So, I recommend anyone to check them out when they get up there. And
well, he does, because you know what? He knows how it works. He's been in the system. He's seen from WWE. He's seen it while he was in the ECW. So, I think he has the mindset to make House of Hardcore a legitimate contender, especially since right now the only real business for a lot of the real hardcore indies right now is mostly just CZW.
CZW, yeah. Well, you know what, dude? Again, too, CZW toned down a little on their hardcore side. They're not. If anything, right now, the big thing now is Game Changer Wrestling. That's where Zandig is right now. That's where a lot of the tournament. I think it was a Tournament of Survival. They still do Tournament of Death for CZW, sure, but they're not as hardcore as they once were. So there really isn't anything. And even then, Tommy Dreamer's promotion's not that hardcore. It's just it's more the name than anything. But they do their thumbtack spots and their
Yeah, but I remember ECW was hardcore, but they were more known for having really good wrestling, too.
Yeah, that's kind of what that's pretty much what whatchamacallit House of Hardcore is, where it's like you're gonna have your fucking for instance, when he was there, you had your Bobby Fish and your Kyle O'Reilly and all that coming out there doing their thing, and then you had Sami Callihan and Pentagon coming out there and fucking cracking each other over heads with light tubes and shit.
Yeah, you're gonna have a lot of with that promotion. I think it is very similar to how in structure, because I've seen a couple. I've seen a little bit of House of Hardcore, and it seemed in the structure was based around ECW, and to be honest, I think Tommy Dreamer does know what he's doing when it comes to getting his promotion over. So I wish them a lot of luck. I hope this works out. I hope more indies start doing this, because it'll help get a lot of these promotions over.
Yeah, dude, you got to take a little of a step back. Hell, I'm all for. I think it was you said it, where just do a fucking do YouTube Red or something. if you have a big pay-per-view, okay, for instance, if you're doing a show, right, and you're in front of like a few hundred people, and all you're really doing is coming out there and with like I don't know, just say your biggest name on the card is, I don't know, fucking Chuck Taylor and I don't know, Trent Beretta and whoever else, right? Like guys that and Jack Swagger, you know, just say like those are your biggest names and you're drawing like maybe 150, 200 people. You put that shit for free. But if you're like paying decent money to bring in legends and people in for the signings, that's where you go, hey guys, we got so-and-so here. We got, you know, we got big names. Sting's coming in doing, you know, a guest commissioner spot, and you know, we got Rob Van Dam coming in the ring. Would you mind paying, you know, $5, $6 on YouTube for this? People will go, okay, yeah, whatever. You don't fucking make them sign up for a network where, let's be real here, how many people really gonna go back and watch some of the shit on demand that there would be other better stuff out there? I don't know. There's a smart way to do it.
It's like you're taking people away from your business when you should be getting them to watch everything you can come out with. Because a lot of times people they'll go onto a network and they'll go, hey, I like this person, but the rest of it I don't care about. So they'll go on and then they'll watch one back, and that'll be it. But even then, people aren't going to be watching it. They're going to see the paywall, and they're going to go, no, fuck this. I don't even want to see that. I'll just go somewhere else, or I'll watch it. I'll watch it off. Like it doesn't make any sense. Like they'll wait and watch it like months down the road when somebody pirates it onto a like a Daily Motion or uploads it onto YouTube. They're not gonna pay your fucking $8-9, and then you're gonna be screwed because when it comes down to it, you're a lot of these companies, like, they don't realize these like, to store for the archives, to like constantly fix up the website, you gotta pay people. It's not worth it, you know. You go on Twitch, all you need is a freaking decent like web camera and you know, a stable connection, a stable internet connection, and you're good.
Yeah.
You're not paying for like all these archives and shit that like a lot of these like network streaming wrestling companies do.
Now, my favorite promotion right now for the past couple years for the indies has been now PWG, and PWG, they're probably the you know, Ring of Honor. I really don't consider too much of they're more of like the upper class indie. I feel like when you get from those indies that you know, they're in front of Iowa and they're in front of like fucking somewhere in North Carolina that don't really draw that many people, or somewhere in like South Jersey that only draw like 150 people or 100 people or whatever. PWG is one of those upper class. They're the beginning of those upper class indies that some smooth merch, sell tickets. Like, there's, you know, you go to a PWG show, you're spending about fucking $100 to sit up front. They're charging big money for you to be there. So if you like did like a network like that, where they got a lot of fucking content and they put out a lot of shows a year, I could see people buying that, sure, because their DVDs and their Blu-rays, they're good money, man. They're like fucking, like, I think their Blu-rays are like maybe $25 a piece. And like when they do this Bola, which is like 3 discs, and they, you know, you kind of like, it's better to buy it as a bundle, and it's like right there, that's close to $100 just to get 3 nights, you know, for this tournament. And they do it annually, and they get like really big names like Johnny Mundo, I think, was in this year, and I forgot who else. Cody, I think, was in it again. Cody was in it last year for sure, and the year before that I think they had AJ Styles. So, you know, they go all out, and they get really big names from Lucha Underground as well. So, a promotion like that, I could see them charging more. I guess it all depends on the promotion, but there's a lot of ways. You definitely don't want, for a promotion like them, you don't want to do shit for free. You really don't, because you're paying good money to be there, and also, too, you're paying really good money to bring these big talents in a promotion
yeah, but
that has
there's other
following.
ways of doing it other than just making another, like, a streaming service. You could do like how Lucha Underground does with Netflix, you know? There's other ways of doing it. Unless you have, I'm saying this, if you aren't making WWE, like, money, I don't think you should be doing a streaming service. And right now, the only game in town that should be doing it are, it should be WWE, and then Japan should go into market with CMLL and
Ring of Honor.
And
now,
get
I got a
them
good
on
question
board.
for you. All right, right now it's 8 and change for New Japan's network. Would you consider? All right, you say to yourself, okay, I want this network, right? I want this New Japan network, right? And you're thinking, okay, how much is it? All right, it's 8 and change. All right, sweet, cool. And then you look and you go, all right, wait, there's a premium subscription here. And they say, okay, if you want this, you gotta get, you get CMLL, and you get Ring of Honor, you get all the pay-per-views for $5 more a month. Would you consider, or even maybe $10 more a month? Would you consider paying that?
Yeah, I would.
Oh, that's where the mindset I've been coming with. I would have no problem paying an extra for the WWE Network. I had no problem paying an extra no more than $20 a month for Ring of Honor, TNA, all this shit. If it means I'm promoting and supporting Ring of Honor and TNA old school content, and then even in their newer shit and other indies for that matter too, if they were to put on ICW, and that money that I'm putting forward goes contributing to that company, fuck yeah, dude. Hell yeah. I think there should be an extra platform that's grouped in with something else. You know what I mean? Like Lucha is grouped into Netflix. That's an already established thing. No one's going to want a new subscription. No one's going to want a new one. Add shit in, work with people, raise it to a premium subscription if you have to. Because then you'll know, if people are doing this, you'll go, okay, this is the way to go. We got to partner up. You gotta lose some to gain some. You gotta spend money to make money.
Yeah, it's true. It is. You have to be smart, but I think they have to be smart about it, because the way that a lot of these companies are going about it, they're going to burn themselves out.
I don't want to give too much into detail here, but for instance, if you're owning a restaurant, right, and you want to charge, I don't know, $7-8 a sandwich, but you see, okay, I want to get business moving. How do I do this? We're right by a school now, right? Okay, so how do I want to do this? All right, $5 a sandwich for a student as a student discount, or even or better yet, $5 for a student meal. Oh, hey guys, I just went to this cool restaurant, this cool little food shack, and now they're charging $5 for a whole meal. You get a sandwich and a side and a drink for $5. Oh, that's so cool. Everything else is so expensive. McDonald's, they charge you pretty much $8 for a meal now. That's cool, and you get fucking 20, 30, 50 kids eventually coming in because they're paying, they're getting their allowance, or they're getting, whatever the hell they're doing, or chores or whatever. They're paying that money to get a dinner, and they're satisfied. And the more people come in, you have to sometimes make things seem cheaper, or make things cheaper, so people come in and they they want to move. You move business in a way where, let's decrease to increase. It's better to have more of a quantity come in, you know, and of course you want to give quality, but you want to throw in that quantity, and they're not going to do it by, you know, having so many fucking networks, so many fucking people come in and go, oh yeah, we're going to charge you this, we're going to charge you that, we're going to charge you this. At the end of the day, not everyone's going to be committed to one fucking place. You got to be a business owner and go, okay, they're going to go here tomorrow. They're not going to come here every single day. How do we get them here today? And how do I get more people here today?
Well, and when it comes down to it, it's they should realize this, and this is something WWE has never realized. How do we make ourselves a stable product that they keep coming back to? And because their mindset has always been, how do we bankrupt everyone else? How do we fuck everyone else over? How do we make ourselves the only game in town? And the fact is, they never realized this. They've never made their product good enough that people need to go. If they had a product that was top notch, all these other companies wouldn't be sprouting out now. If they had the best company in the world in terms of wrestling, you wouldn't see Japan. You wouldn't see a lot of these companies. You wouldn't see an Impact sprout out. You wouldn't see Japan. You wouldn't see all these indie companies. The fact is, they have a lot of flaws they've never fully worked out, and to this day, the problems that they have come from the fact they don't know how to actually compete. WWE does not know how to compete. It only knows how to be the only game in town. Once you put in some stable competition, they don't know how to deal with it. The only reason that they won the Monday Night Wars was because WCW was led by a lot of incompetent people.
WCW put themselves out of business. That's what I like to. That's what I really like to go by. You can't sit there and go, oh yeah, man, like, you know, WWF, they were the engine that could, and you know, they took down the mean old WCW wrestling, and they went tooth and nail, and WCW had this tremendous fucking product right in 2001, and WWE conquered them. No, dude, they fucking, the second to last pay-per-view was Sid Vicious breaking his leg. It was 40-year-old Sid Vicious breaking his leg, and then here comes Chubby Animal coming out with a fucking ski mask, and they're beating down Bone WWF Jax BCA Sid over there with a fucking broken leg. They're beating the shit out of him just to get an angle over. And just to get fucking how many fucking buys? Not even a million for that WCW Sin pay-per-view, with that no one was fucking in their right minds watching, when compared to, holy shit, who ran down Steve Austin? Holy shit, Austin's back now, and he won the Rumble, and he's getting revenge.
Yeah, but when you think about it, even with like the stuff that they got, WWF only got over because they were like, oh, hey, all those guys in WCW that weren't getting over, or that weren't over, and they kept, it's the same problems that WWE has now, and they haven't fucking learned from them. Hey, nobody wants to watch the part-timers. These younger guys that can do all these fucking cool moves and have ring charisma, you're not putting over. And it's the same shit that they've been doing.
It was a little more simplistic than that. You know what it was, too? It was, hey, guys, you're watching NWO. You're watching people come out there and act like kids, right? You're acting like teenagers like you are, right? Yeah, man, that's so cool. Hey, how do you like that guy Mike Tyson? Oh, he's a badass. He's controversial. what would you say if we brought him in to the guy that's flipping everybody off? Holy shit! Wow, cool. Let's watch that show. Hey guys, you watch Jerry Springer, right? Yeah, I love Jerry Springer. Hey, well, what do you watch at night? South Park is a pretty cool cartoon, right? Yeah, I love it. They're funny and they're crude. And hey, how would you like it if we started saying suck our dicks and we'll show you tits too. Oh, fuck yeah, man. That's awesome. Of course that's what they were going to do. And ECW sitting there. Yeah, we're doing this. Yeah, well, fuck you. We have, we have fucking advertisers and sponsors. That's how they fucking won the war. By stealing everybody's ideas. Doing it on marketing their everybody else's ideas. To a bunch of dumb college fucking frat guys that were like, fuck yeah. ECW was a regional ECW was a regional territory. They were South Philly. They were always in the Northeast. People in fucking Nebraska, people in fucking some places in Chicago, some places in fucking LA, from the low towns to the big towns, were not getting ECW primarily most of the time. So WWF took it upon themselves, let's steal that formula to get ourselves over. And then, sure enough, WCW was like, yeah man, we beat Raw for fucking 85, 87, whatever the fuck weeks. We got this in the bag. NWO's our moneymaker. Wait, what? Wait, what? Huh? What? Oh, people are leaving now. Oh, okay. Let's come out with Sting and face paint. Oh wait, what? That's not working anymore. All right, Goldberg, come out. Yo, shave your head and let's have you kill fucking 200 people. Wait, that's not working anymore. All right, Scott Hall, get out there with a taser. Wait, that's not working anymore? Let's turn Goldberg heel eventually. Wait, that's not. It's just a constant. It was just a constant fuck up on WCW's part, and they had no idea what the fuck to do. And WWE capitalized on it. It fell apart.
WWE always likes to say, "Oh, they won the war." WCW fucking shot themselves in the foot and slowly bled out.
You know what it was? It's like. It's a race. It was a legitimate foot race where the two guys are running. You had the one guy run. It's like the tortoise and the hare, dude. Yeah, the fucking WWF is the tortoise. WCW is the hare. The fucking, and I know I sound like a WWE scripted promo here with the whole sticks and stones and suffer and succotash, but it's true. But to make it a little more realistic, it's like a foot race. Where if one guy's in there and he's trying to sabotage the one person, oh, I'm going to shoot him in the foot so I win. Oh, fuck, I hit my foot. Fuck. I'm bleeding out. Fuck. And here comes the one guy just storming past him going, hey, I don't give a shit. This is a competition. I don't care. I'm doing good. There, I won. Yay. They didn't fucking conquer them. They fucking WCW kicked themselves in the ass.
They had all that talent, they had all those guys, and they basically just did nothing with them.
It's the same shit with TNA, dude. The fucking TNA was like that. I would love to watch the fucking archives, but am I gonna pay $8 to watch shit I have seen before? Not really. I mean, if it's included on the network and it's a few extra more dollars. Yeah, sure. But I'm not going to pay for an entirely separate network. And I know I'm making an exasperated point here, but what I'm getting at is they had all the potential, they had all the stars, they had a who's who in wrestling, Flair, Hogan, Lex Luger, Sting, everybody WCW had, but as well as guys like Van Dam and CM Punk and John Moxley came through the grapevine, and, El Generico came through the grapevine, and they did nothing with anybody, and they shot themselves in the foot. So,
Yeah.
no one's gonna fucking pay for it anymore. It's a dead brand. People are just waiting. People will have no problem going, oh shit, there's an AJ Styles DVD coming out, and it has his shit with Christopher Daniels and Samoa Joe. Oh, cool, I'm gonna buy this. You know, I've never seen this before. For casual fans that like this guy and want to learn more about him, that's what it'll do good with TNA shit on the WWE Network. But no one's gonna fucking go to seek it out on there. They'll look it up on YouTube, but they're not gonna go fucking seek it out to pay $8.
Well, it's the same thing with like things like with you have pretty good a lot of good pay-per-views, but the problem is no one's gonna go and like you said, actively seek it out, because in the long run they can just look it up on Daily Motion or YouTube and find it rather than fucking going and paying eight something, and you're not even get what are you gonna get? You're gonna get like all the stuff now. You're gonna get subpar pay-per-views and all that other shit, and it ain't worth it.
I'm glad I kind of seeked out, like, I'm kind of glad, like, after I saw a pay-per-view, like, back in the day, and I thought, when it came out on DVD, oh, fuck, I have to own this. You know, because back then, dude, people want to say, oh, you guys are still young. Yeah, YouTube came out in 2005, and we couldn't even watch half the shit, because it was either in 10-minute clips, and everyone was like, okay, here, you can watch this pay-per-view, but here's only part 1 of it, and it's 9 minutes and 57 seconds long, because we have to trim it so it doesn't hit over 10 minutes, and sometimes part 2 would be missing, and, you know, sometimes none of the parts would even be there. We had to still fucking buy the pay-per-views if you didn't have the hot box anymore, or if you wanted the DVD and you had to own it. We're from that generation, or VHSs as well. We're on the break end of it, but you know, we're on that generation of we had to fucking buy the pay-per-views. You had to spend good money to watch one card from whatever company, WCW, WWF, TNA, ECW, etc., Ring of Honor. You know, on a shoot side, you know me, you know my DVD collection. So
yeah, I just have one question for you. Check
What?
out War Games.
Oh boy. Oh boy. This is something else we got to bring up with Earls. And this isn't a thing. This isn't a topic that's gonna die down, because this shit is happening next month. So we can talk about this next week with him as well as even next month when it actually happens. I'm sure, honestly, because he loves that match, I'm sure that would be something he's going to go out and seek. But, yeah, War Games is back, everybody. And, we're going to have,
I love War Games. War Games are the greatest. I remember them WCWs.
Yeah, we're going to have War Games next month on NXT TakeOver Houston. It's going to be between the Undisputed Era, which I still think they should call them the Dishonorables, but whatever. Between Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Adam Cole, Bebe, versus Sanity of Eric Young, Killian Dane, and Alexander Wolf, versus the weird team of Roderick Strong and the Authors of Pain. To my knowledge, I think this is one of the very few, if not one of the only, triangle War Games matches where it's three 3-man teams as opposed to one 4-man team or one 5-man team. I'm honestly looking forward to this a lot. I'm sure they're gonna do the 2-ring thing. That'll be fucking sick.
Yeah, we haven't seen that in a fucking long time.
That'd be fucking. I guarantee you, if Vince is looking down and like, why are there 2 rings? God damn it! Why are they 2 rings? You don't need them. People will have a hard enough time focusing on 1 ring, let alone 2.
I feel like Vince is like that slow kid that everyone has to explain like 2 or 3 times before they get something, and even then they're kind of like, I'm like, well, if you like it, like I don't like give a shit. Like I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah, like it's just gonna be like he's just gonna get like really pissed off, and then like you'll have to explain it to him like a fourth time, and then he's just like, I don't give a shit, I don't care.
Yeah.
Oh no, and Vince McMahon is like he has to have some kind of like mental issue. He has to. There's no other reason. He had to have some kind of like mental problem.
He is a fucking mental issue. But
did he have like a stroke or something like fuck with his brain?
There's something. The
steroids? Did the steroids do it?
I think him being...
Did Pat Patterson fuck him in the ass like way too hard and the dick went into his brain?
Too many
yeah, when I say that,
many,
Bray Wyatt's like, ew, me next.
Too many teabags there. Oh, hey, speaking of which, that reminds me. Here's this week's thumbnail.
Oh God! Ew! Oh God! Oh, that's so gross.
I'll throw that up in the. There you go.
Oh.
There you go, YouTube.
Oh God.
What are we gonna call it this week, Abigail Wyatt?
Oh, Abigail Wyatt's Wild Adventures.
Abigail Wyatt's.
No. Abigail Wyatt's Abigail Wyatt gone wild.
Hey, I got a good one for you. What do you call Bray Wyatt's current relationship with his current girlfriend? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Oh, Bobby.
You Adult Swim fans and anime fans will get that reference. You're welcome,
I think
Pat.
it would be a bizarre fucking adventure for her, man.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay. A few more topics before we storm away. Let's see here. Ricochet is supposed to be going to WWE in a few months.
Stupid motherfucker. Stay away from WWE. I don't care what money they give you now it's worth your soul. It's not
right.
worth your soul. They give you the money. They go, oh yeah, you're gonna be a big deal. Like you'll be like you'll be good in NXT. You'll have some good matches there. But then when you go to the main roster, that's when your career falls apart.
Now I kind of understand when people say NXT is a dead brand, and it's because any time they spent building up NXT guys down there, it's all wasted. Because once they get to the main roster, that's it. You're dead. You're done. Your career's fucking over.
How many guys have gotten over in NXT? And I understand that it's like it's somewhat different. It's more enclosed. It's more confined.
It's not even that, man. It's the fact that NXT is ran in exclusive areas, and like WWE is like running in fucking Boise, Idaho. So what would work in NXT with guys with fans that fucking just watched fucking a fucking torrent of PWG isn't gonna work with fucking a 40-year-old soccer mom who said okay kid, I'll bring you to watch fucking Roman Reigns. It's not gonna work that way when you bring in fucking here comes Prince Devin from Japan. And they're like, Who? What?
Stop talking about Bubby.
Yeah. Well, anyway, here's the from Reddit, and here's the press release coming out of WNW. Trevor Mon, a.k.a. Ricochet, is on his way to WWE. He'll be celebrating his 29th birthday on Wednesday, today, so happy birthday, Ricochet. Is currently finishing up obligations in New Japan Pro Wrestling and a few independent promotions, and plans to take a month or two off to heal from injuries.
I don't know why
and
he
go
wants to
training.
go, because they just serve him like a cease and desist?
No, he didn't get one. Ospreay did.
Oh, Ospreay did for the cat thing, right?
Yeah, Paul is war. Whatever. It's the same shit when like fucking Lars Ulrich was getting the shit with Weird Al Yankovic. Which is why I don't like, one of the reasons why I don't like Lars, but I digress. Basically, dude, I'm not gonna read the whole fucking thing here because it is a little
yada yada.
The main reason I'm getting out of this, the main reason I'm getting out of this, and the reason why I'm like, we can't blame him as a dude, is, alright, he's been together with Tessa Blanchard, which, fuck you, man, you fucking lucky bastard. He's been with Tessa Blanchard now for, I think, a couple years, and he probably is going to tie the knot with her. She's now getting a steady job with WWE, so he wants to be with his girlfriend. I don't fucking blame him. As it's the only thing. I don't fucking blame him. He makes killer money in Lucha and in Japan, and he wants to be with his girl. What? Right on.
Yeah, but it's sad because this guy is so good, and you know what they're gonna do to him.
Yeah,
he's gonna go to NXT. He's gonna kill it in NXT. He's gonna look fucking fantastic, and then as soon as he goes to the main roster, oh, guess what? We're gonna take your push away.
If I were him, also, if I were him, dude, I would do the Hideo Itami route. Hang out there as much as possible. Hang out there. Fake an injury if you have to. Just hang out in NXT. He'll do wonders. And listen, man, you and I want him to stay there. We all want him to kind of just stay there.
No, but you know what they're gonna do to him? He ain't gonna make the regular roster. They're gonna shuffle him into a 205.
Which, not for nothing, you build him up enough. You build him up enough to where you look at the guy and you're like, man, he's got a star power to him. And you just look and think, okay, maybe there's something to this 205 brand.
I don't know if they're a whole bunch of problems right now. I don't like any of the indie talent. When I hear they're going to Japan, they're going to WWE, it's just like a death sentence for them. It's a death sentence for their career, because as soon as they go down, oh my god, it's done.
Oh yeah.
Those guys you never hear from again. They go on the roster, they hear them. The only one that survived being on that roster and getting the shaft and was smart enough to get out of Dodge before they completely buried him was what's his face? God, I'm drawing a blank now.
Aries?
Aries, yeah, Austin Aries.
Well, there's rumors that he's back in the Performance Center.
Oh. Why, Austin? Why?
Dude, his wife is there. That's the...
Oh.
Listen, you know what? I don't... As a person that, if I were to marry someone and we're in the same profession, I kind of wouldn't mind working with my spouse. Well, not like working directly with them, but like working in like the same building, the same job. I wouldn't mind that, because at least I know something like the wrestling business. At least you could be around them, because that shit gets lonely.
What was the point of him quitting then if his wife was going to go there, or was already there? Like,
I don't know. I don't know. That never really even broke out to my knowledge. But you know who did? You know who did fucking leave? This went all over the fucking place. Did you hear who supposedly walked out on Monday?
No.
No one at all. You didn't hear nothing.
No, I didn't hear.
All right, you ready for this?
All right, tell me.
All right, I'll give you a little hint. He's probably one of the greatest fucking high flyers to ever fucking exist in the past decade.
Well, there's a couple guys on Raw that.
All right.
Jeff Hardy.
All right. As of Monday, it looks like Neville asked for his release.
Oh, wow. Holy shit.
What a fucking loss. What a loss. If that's true, if that really... Because what happened was... Alright, there's a lot of complications coming out from Monday. Alright, first off, Enzo lost the Cruiserweight title to Kalisto.
Okay.
And,
Which... No, guys, you built him to be his chicken shit heel that was supposed to invigorate the rest of the roster. Yeah, you
couldn't wait 2 more weeks to TLC.
Yeah.
Which, none for nothing, I gotta be honest with you, I'm digging Enzo more as a heel. I'm actually watching 205 now. Believe it or not. This guy, motherfucker, actually got me watching 205. Cause I just... The whole... I don't know. It's just... Him being the dick that fucking just... Says, I'm the money guy. I'm the one... I like it. But anyway. So there's 2 stories that broke out. One, they're saying that, They're saying there that, Fuck. I'm drawing a blank here. Fucking, our good old buddy White Castle's impromptu calling me up for whatever reason. And that got on made audio. Sorry, everybody. But yeah, anyway, so the story broke out that they did a lumberjack match on Raw between Kalisto and Enzo with the Cruiserweight guys, and it was supposed to be Neville in the match. But rumor has it that he left that day. And there's not much confirmation. It's all speculation everywhere, whatever. The reason why they gave the belt to him was supposedly because it's still Latino Heritage Month or Hispanic Heritage Month or whatever, and that it was Eddie Guerrero's birthday as well. So they wanted to honor Eddie by putting the belt on a Latino guy.
Wait, what happened?
They put the belt on Kalisto because it was Eddie Guerrero's birthday and because it was Hispanic Heritage Month. And it was a last-minute decision, apparently. So,
Yeah. I don't like when they do shit like that.
I know.
And apparently Neville didn't either, right?
Hey, if that's the reason why, the reason why he was like, all right, you guys built me up as this motherfucking killer in the cruiserweights, and I'm gonna lose to a guy that doesn't even know who Manny Fernandez is, which some people want to say, oh well, who cares if he doesn't know who the fuck you are. It helps to study the business a little bit, especially when you're claiming to be a fan of someone, and the guy you're claiming to be a fan of, like, what I mean by when I say this is, like, he claims to be a Dusty fan, and he doesn't know who Dusty's tag partner, Manny Fernandez, is. Yeah, it's kind of a problem. Like, that would be like me saying, like, oh man, I love Bruiser Brody, but, like, who's Stan Hansen? Or like, oh, I love Steve Austin, but who's Brian Pillman? That's exactly what it would be like.
Or it'd be me going, I love Macho. Who's Lanny Poffo?
Exactly. Or I love Edge. Who's Christian? Who's Gangrel?
Oh my god.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense.
It's not like it's an obscure like tag team partner from like all the way back. It's like that was like his regular tag team partner for a while.
Yeah.
How would you not know him?
But too, like Dusty, I guarantee you though, if you went up to Enzo and you're like, "Hey man, you ever hear of Nikita Koloff? You ever hear of Magnum TA?" Oh no. Of course he would be like, he probably would say fucking no, but I mean,
Tell us how you really feel, Bubby.
Yeah. Yeah, man. If he actually is gone, if Neville's actually gone, what a shame. That's why
I say
really...
good. You know what? Good. He left with majority of his integrity still intact, and he still looks like a killer because he lost off a fucking bullshit like he never. I don't think to my knowledge he never lost clean. The entire time he was champion. I don't think he lost clean once.
And spoiler alert, on Japan side, well, when I was gonna say this, when Ricochet, we'll bring up Ricochet, he lost him and Taguchi lost the IWGP Junior Tag Titles to a new team called Roppongi 3K, managed by Rocky Romero. Really good fucking team. Two Japanese guys. They were called the Tempura Boys in Ring of Honor, and now they're here. And they pinned Ricochet actually, but also from that card this past weekend from Japan. What the fuck? Ospreay beat Kushida.
Yeah, I heard about that.
I gotta watch the match. I gotta watch it sometime this weekend. But dude, imagine Ricochet. I'm sorry, Will Ospreay against Neville.
Ooh, my God, that would be a fantastic match.
Ooh, yes, please.
That's why I wish Austin Aries had stayed outside of WWE, because then they could have went to Japan together and then a tag team.
You know what though? I'm all for guys going in and getting the royalty check. As a fan of theirs, I'm all for them.
Like a James Storm. You go in for like a cup of coffee and take a royalty check.
I'm all for them getting the video game appearance, getting the action figure. If you're like talented enough, get the Hall of Fame down the road, get a championship, and then leave. I'm all for them kind of abusing the system, taking it for what it's worth, get your merch, and get the fuck out of there. That's why I'm like, that's why I get excited sometimes when I hear like, all right, yeah, go to WWE. Because get in there, go there for a few years and get out.
It's like a military like a military tour of duty. Go in for a couple of years, get a toy.
Fuck yeah, man.
Yeah, go in, get a toy, get on at least a video game, and then get the fuck out. Less than a year.
Yeah, man.
It's weird. It's weird. The situations with a lot of these wrestlers, they're like, it just seems like they're the only game in town that does proper figures. They're the only game in town that does proper video games, and that's why people want WWE. It's not because they have great matches, great storylines. It's basically, hey, they have the best merch. That's it. That's as far as it comes. They have the best merch.
They have the best quality T-shirts. They have the best quality action figures. When Mattel does things the right way, when they don't charge you fucking $25 for a figure, and you're getting a fucking rubber condom shirt instead of a fucking cloth shirt. when they skip out on detail, then you're like, hey, Mattel, what the fuck? But for the most part, when they're on point with that, when you come out with a video game that isn't a glitchy mess, which, spoiler alert, 2K18, as there's a lot of pros that are coming out of this right at the gate. We'll find out Friday, or I'll find out Friday night when I get the game.
Did you watch the thing I showed? I mean, on the street side, I showed you.
Yeah, there's a lot of. That? Yeah, it's still glitchy, which we knew. You and I knew it was gonna be glitchy.
No, but I mean, the Hell in a Cell is even worse now because the Hell in a Cell, they have the bar over the top of it, so you can't see if you put somebody through the Hell in a Cell, you can't even see the cell is open anymore.
I got one better for you. I saw backstage brawl. I saw Cena do the attitude adjustment to Braun on the limo, and Braun's leg went through the limo. And also too, I saw a cage match.
They didn't play test it. It's rushed, and they didn't play test it.
You know what it is? I don't blame 2K. You know who that is? That's Ukes. Because there's visual proof. There's a making of the SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 or 2011 video where they're inside the Ukes studio, and they have a center specifically designed for people that play for bugs. Specifically to sit there for hours.
Yeah, everybody does. The guys I like to listen to and watch their playthroughs. Most of them used to be playtesters, and they said that a lot of times, at these bigger companies and developers, they will push a game through because they'll miss the deadline, even if it has major bugs, and then that's when they patch it later on. It's basically, the boat's full of holes, but we'll put patches on it later on.
Oh yeah. Now here, let me ask you something. What would you rather do as a gamer? All right, would you rather? If you're expecting that annual game, would you rather go, okay, I'm okay with a few bugs here and there as long as I get my game by next October or next November or by Christmas? Or would you say...
I honestly would wish I honestly want them to stop doing the annual releases with a new game every year that's basically almost the same every year. Because they only do, the 2K18 is a special, circumstance where they actually, upgrade a lot of the models. They did some extra stuff, so I'll give this game a pass. But the sheer fact is, for the majority of the years, how many times have they actually changed something that was completely game changing? From 16 to 17, was there a huge difference in gameplay other than being able to go backstage?
No, it was pretty much, that's all it was. It was pretty much, hey, let's go backstage.
And we have Goldberg now. That was it. That was their big claim to fame. It was oh, you want to play as Goldberg? Oh, we have Goldberg now.
You want to know something, man? I never really got to play it extensively, but you know what was a big game back in 2011? Skyrim. You know who fucking people were doing everything of and everything and all mods and shit of? Skyrim. That game had such a playable feature for years, and there's still no fucking Skyrim 2 to my knowledge. So
I mean, they usually just do new, there's they're gonna do a new Elder Scrolls game. There's not gonna be a Skyrim 2, but they had a bunch of DLC. You had hours of content in it, and the problem is with WWE, you don't have hours of content. It's basically, how many times can you fuck around with the same match types? And I mean, it's fun as a casual thing, but as a hardcore gamer, how often will you play the game once you beat the campaigns and storylines and all that shit?
As someone like me that diehard wrestling fans are the ones that are gonna constantly play it, to where they're because the creation suite is fucking unlimited. But I will say, I don't spend as much time creating shit as I did back in the day on, like, the Xbox 360, where it was like, oh, I can add, like, Hulk Hogan's music, or I can add, well, Hollywood Hogan, I should say, Voodoo Child, or, like, I can add fucking somebody from Japan, or Ring of Honor's, or TNA's music, and have them in the game, and they're not really in there, but, like, I can, like, do shit to make it look authentic. Like, I can add their Titantron video by mods, I can have their real render in there by mods, and make it look authentic. You know, there was a lot more functionality that you could have done back then that kept it playable for a long time. But the problem now is, like, once the new game, like, for instance, no one fucking even dares to look at the cover of 2K15, let alone even fucking open the fucking tray where the disc is. No one's gonna even do that anymore with 17. You know, in a couple weeks, people are like, all right, fuck you, 17. It was a nice run, but here's 18 now, and it'll happen for years upon years upon years. If they didn't,
yeah, but it's now like you go back. Let's say I go back and I pick up No Mercy. I will do that. People go back and play those games because they're not interchangeable. If I go back and play Here Comes the Pain, or I'll play SmackDown versus Raw, those games are not interchangeable. They have different mechanics, they have different features, they have a lot different things that all those games didn't have, you know. And now it's gotten to the point where they formalized the mechanics of WWE to the point it's kind of like every other sports game where it's a simulation. It's the same shit over and over and over again. It's just with slightly different guys. I
would rather them come. You know what I rather them do? I'd rather come out with a simulation every other year, and in the years in between, for every other year, come out with an arcadey style game. Hey guys, you know what they should do? I don't know if you ever played WWE All Stars.
Yeah, come out with All Stars 2.
Come out with All Stars 2. And the next year, okay, we're gonna come out with WWE The Simulation. All right, perfect. Year after that, okay, All Stars 3. All right, awesome. Every other year.
There's also games where you can, like, I would love like kind of like a spreadsheet game, like an RPG, where you have a character in WWE. Like, you know how, like, certain games, like certain indie games, you can play as a particular character and do, like, an entire career mode?
But that's what it was. That's what it used to be. But the reason why they scrapped that is because all these guys are on the road and they're overseas. They don't have the time to do that anymore. They don't have the time to sit in the studio and do voiceovers.
I mean, you don't need to do voiceovers, though. You can make. What about your own character? You make up your own character.
Well, that's what they got. They got the fucking My Career mode, and now they got one where you could play online called Road to Glory. It's an online story mode.
Yeah, but I mean, like, do they do like you do upgrades and you can, like, actually walk around?
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Now they're doing a free roaming thing.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's going to be a free roaming storyline. You could go anywhere you want. You go to the seamstress, update your
yeah, but that's going to be a problem because, you know, when you think about it, the more that, like, you do that, it's going to end up being like, oh, it's the same storyline over and over and over again.
Supposedly, this year is a little more versatile. We'll be the judge of that.
Yeah, as soon as it comes out, I guess.
Yeah, but anyway, we're gonna start wrapping up. I know the Shield reunited. We all know the Shield reunited, but if anything, we'll expand more upon that when TLC comes around. But yeah, we'll get into that, another time. But anyway, yeah, this will do it for this week. Next week, girls will probably be alive. And also, but in all seriousness, I'm Earls. I'm Bubby. I'm sorry. We ran over our time here. Pat, what are we doing for an outro?
I'll send it to you.
Okay. All right, but plugs.
Actually, I'll just write it.
Okay, yeah, write it. All right, so plugs. Okay. Our good buddy there, Chad Flatt of the Pro Wrestling Weekly. He's on at thefanspodcast.com. To Kayfabe it to Pat, so he sleeps at night. He is a flat man in a flat house.
Okay. I was wondering about. Wait. So how flat are we talking? Is he like super flat? Is he kind of like a a really stretched out Stretch Armstrong?
He makes the world look flat. He makes the world look flat. VocNation.com with Retro with the Shro. Wednesday nights tonight on 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check it out on there. Also, the Soup, Wrestling Soup, is on every Thursday night, 9:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Mixlr, as well as iTunes and Stitcher on Friday mornings for the download. Nerds of the Squared Circle, a good buddy of mine personally. They're on they're another round table podcast. They're on SoundCloud. I forget what episode they're on, but give them a listen. Also, emwcreations.com/KTR and Facebook.com/Kayfabe Talk Radio. Please find us on YouTube. We're here every Wednesday morning, 10:45 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can check me at Eric the Red 211 on Instagram as well as Twitter. We got JR Earls Art on Instagram and Twitter. And Mr. _Bonesaw on Twitter for all your gripes and complaints in the show. Do you have a Twitter? I mean, an Instagram. I'm sorry.
No, not yet.
Alright, we gotta get you one. So you could flip everybody off on there.
Oh, I'll probably moon them.
Yeah, you would.
Or I'll show them pictures of Earl's face.
Oh, yeah.
That's the worst nightmare.
That's a moon. Till next time, keep it kayfabe.